shirts ever bought because the dry fit little sticker or whatever thing, the label at the bottom peels off in the dryer.
No. Well, what do you expect?
There it is. Yeah. Stupid me.
While I think that they have the best chance because they look pretty stacked, I'm going to just say why not, because it's called March Madness for a reason.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta, But, I mean, a team like Syracuse, what's their record now? Are they even, relevant? I haven't really been paying much attention lately to my NCAA hoops.
Yeah, they just got beat by Duke.
Yeah.
So
one team they got absolutely pretty much demolished. I was just wondering if they were even in the hunt for the tournament.
Yeah, Syracuse is going to get in. They're going to go on a run.
They're going to get the Elite Eight because that's just the way it works.
Yeah, that's literally what happens.
Yeah.
Syracuse gets in, and then they make a serious run, and then we're all like, what the hell?
Syracuse? What are they? But actually, unique question. Have you ever made your bracket out, hard copy, and posted it on your desk at work so everybody can see what you thought? No. It's just online now. I was actually thinking about that's something to try. Just be here's what I think. Paste it up so everybody can see it.
I mean, I don't post it. I just keep track of it on my phone.
Yeah. I feel like if you make that hard copy and you hang it up, it's like saying, "Yeah, listen to me. This is what I think."
Yeah, I mean,
I give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not doing it. I'm asking you to do it. See what kind of feedback you get.
I don't have a bunch of people who are interested in
sports.
So
you work with a lot of boring people?
No, not necessarily.
They're just into different things?
Yeah, they're just into different things. And, I mean, a bunch of them are Patriots fans, so I don't want to associate with them anyways.
Yeah. That might rub off on you.
Yeah, it's a disease.
You like the real America's team.
I do.
You don't want to get converted.
There's no conversion. Conversion therapy is not a thing. Anyways.
Wow. We get off topic there. So let's,
we did. Yeah, so I'm going to say no, it will not be Duke.
I honestly don't believe it will be Duke. It never is Duke.
It's been Duke recently.
Yeah, but not in dominant fashion.
You're gonna see a good team, a good Kentucky team, or
Villanova.
No, Villanova's been ass lately. They've been real bad. A Michigan State team, Michigan. You're gonna see a lot of teams really step it up. I don't think it's going to be Duke. And by the way, I am in 4th place in our fantasy league.
Where am I? Seller?
You are 5th.
Behind? Am I ahead of that stupid test team or whatever the hell it is?
Manager list team?
Yeah.
That's Tony.
No, he was Wake and Blake, isn't he?
Is he?
I thought he was.
I thought Tony was manager list team. No, I don't know. Yeah, so
whatever.
I don't know. I think it's going to be someone else. I don't think it'll be Duke.
Last year, didn't you give us a list of teams who we thought was going to be?
In the tournament?
Or you named off 5. You said to us who do you think out of these, pool of teams who's going to win the whole thing?
Yeah, but this year the deck feels stacked that it's going to be Duke. Whereas last year it didn't feel like any one team was the obvious choice to win.
Name off the top 5 if you can.
So the 5 favorites, obviously, number 1 have to be Duke. Virginia is up there. Tennessee. I can see Tennessee winning it with Admiral Schofield. Dude's name is Admiral.
Love that.
Right? Come on.
It's badass.
It is. It's so badass. I want to name everyone's kid Admiral.
That's the kind of guy you got to get to be quarterback of the fleet.
Or the Commanders.
Either or.
Yeah. Gonzaga. Kentucky. North Carolina just had a big win against Duke.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. As much as I like UNC, I don't.
You got Michigan State. You got some spoilers. You got teams like Marquette that can do some real damage. Nevada can do some real damage. Texas Tech, Kansas. There are a lot of teams that could get in and upset, but it's basically, in my opinion, Duke and everyone else. Whereas last year, it really felt like it could be one of 8 or 9 teams. This year, it feels like if it's not Duke, it's a failure.
Good. That's what I want to see. I want to see that upset. I'll go Kentucky.
So these are the top 10, just real quick. Give me 1 second. According to this, number 1 is Gonzaga, 2 is Virginia, 3 is Duke, 4 is Kentucky, 5 North Carolina, 6 is Michigan State, 7 is Tennessee, 8 is Houston, 9 is Michigan, 10 is Marquette. Those are your top 10. Then
Kentucky.
Texas Tech is 11. Nevada 12. LSU has had a couple of really good wins lately.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of teams that could play spoiler, but I think overwhelmingly number 1 is Duke. You're going to see a ton of Duke brackets this year. A ton.
Oh, yeah.
But I say someone else.
I do too.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Tons of Duke brackets. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dan O'Shea, I'm sorry for this one. Bryce Harper will sign with the Phillies or any other team.
What is that? Sorry, Dan O'Shea.
Because he hates baseball.
I'll go with any other team.
Do you have a team that you think is going to sign him?
Let's just annoy some people and make other people go yay and say the Mets.
The Mets! The Mets would never pony up that much money.
Say what was the question again?
Will Bryce Harper sign with the Phillies or any of the other teams? It's either the Phillies or someone else.
Dodgers.
So you think he's going to be any other team?
Yeah.
You think he's going to sign with the Dodgers?
I do.
I think he's going to
You're
sign.
gonna get magic money.
I think he's going to sign with the Phillies.
Come on, man. That hair fits right in LA.
Yeah, it does.
It's a perfect fit.
But he doesn't want to be a loser his whole career. Losing fits in with the Dodgers.
They just haven't gotten over that hump yet.
They're never going to get over that hump.
They're like the Bills of...
It's not like the Red Sox curse. This is such a poorly managed team. And I'm sorry to our boy Brad from Not a Clue, because he is a Dodgers fan.
Avid Dodgers fan. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. But I think it's going to be the Phillies. If not the Phillies, I think he goes back to the Nationals.
I don't see him going to the Phillies. Why the hell would he want to go there?
Because they offered him a shit ton of money.
They also suck.
Have you been watching baseball?
Yeah, they had a good season.
And they're going to continue to have good seasons.
Not necessarily.
They tanked, and now they're building a super team.
Yeah, it remains to be seen.
I'm telling you. The Phillies are going to be the favorite to come out of the National League.
Okay, so World Series.
World Series, I'm going to say, way too early, I'm going to say Yankees, Phillies. I think the Yankees will win it.
Phillies, Boston.
I just don't see Boston having as good of a season necessarily because it's going to be really tough to win 108 games 2 years in a row.
Not even so much that, though, but let me rephrase that. Don't they have a ton of free agencies coming up?
They have a lot of people that need to be paid. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yankees have a lot of young players that don't need to be paid yet. So that's what I think. I think he's going to sign with the Phillies. If not the Phillies, he goes back to the Nationals. All right. So We're done with baseball for now. Next question.
Till the fall, right? Or all-star break.
This one might sound obvious, but it's not necessarily. Antonio Brown will be traded, or Antonio Brown will not be traded. The reason I have this one in is because the Steelers said that they're going to make an effort to trade him, but they're not going to take a loss in doing so. So,
I think he will get traded.
you think he will get traded? You think someone's going to give the Steelers what they are going to ask for Antonio Brown?
If it's their missing piece, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he will be traded. He's openly stated that he's not happy there.
So did Anthony Davis.
Yeah, but the Steelers really at this point need like a cleanse of their locker room. Need to try and rebuild whatever identity they can at this point. They've still got some talent on the team. They got Juju. They've got Connor, who looks good. They're obviously not keeping Bell. So, maybe the best thing for them is to get rid of Bell and AB, kind of like the old guard for large portions of the team, and bring in some fresh faces and try and establish something new.
Honestly, I don't necessarily agree with this, but I kind of feel like what the Steelers need is a complete rebrand, which means get rid of Le'Veon Bell, get rid of Antonio Brown, get rid of Ben Roethlisberger, and get rid of Mike Tomlin. Just bring in all new people. I mean, whether you bring in a veteran or you hand a quarterback or you hand the reins over to Mason Rudolph or Josh Dobbs, I don't know. But I kind of feel for the Steelers to get back to where they should be in the realm of important NFL teams, they need like an entire cleanse. Which unfortunately means Mike Tomlin's got to go to.
I mean, I do think there's an argument there. I just don't think they're going to do it.
Because they just don't. They don't do it. I mean, can you name the last Steelers coach that was fired? They've only had 4, like, in NFL history. Only 4 coaches or something like that. And Tomlin only came in when Cowher retired.
Yep.
So they just don't let go of coaches.
The rape is intact.
Perhaps. And I am curious, because I asked the question about, or I brought up that they only had like 4 coaches in the team's history. So I just want to confirm that by checking our trusty source, Wikipedia. Can we all agree Wikipedia is a legitimate?
What would you kids do without your phones?
Exactly. I got a new phone, by the way.
I see that.
Yeah, I've got a new phone. Oh, they've had 16 head coaches in history, but that's 16 as of from 1933. So that's a lot of old. Let's see. Since 1960, we'll go 1965. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4. Since 1965, they've had 5 head coaches. That is 44 years. They've had 5 head coaches.
Not bad.
Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, Chuck Noll, and Bill Austin and Mike Nixon. I don't know Mike Nixon. He was only there for 1 year. Bill Austin was there from 66 to 68. But 69 to 91 was Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher 92 to 2006, Mike Tomlin 2007 to present.
Man, Roethlisberger probably wish he could have been part of that 69 season, huh?
Just bringing the fire tonight, aren't you, BB?
I am.
All right, and our last, which is more likely, Le'Veon Bell will sign with the Jets, or Le'Veon Bell will sign with the Colts. There is no other team. Which is more likely, Jets or Colts?
I mean, the Colts actually kind of sounds more appealing.